Hey, it's Vinny. Tesla AI Day 2 was astounding. We're going to go through a simple summary, look at some of the reactions, and of course, I'll give you my take. I was utterly blown away by AI Day 2. To think that a mere 6 to 8 months ago, Tesla Bot was announced, and at that point, there was no prototype. There was just a person in spandex dancing on the stage, to now, less than a year later, a working, walking prototype with hands able to pick things up and even perform some more complex movements. It's just insane to think about. The event, as always, is already receiving a mixed reaction, with the people who seem to get it ecstatic and those who poo-pooed the event seemingly unable to think of the long-term implications. There's been a lot of comparisons to Boston Dynamics. People are saying, well, the Boston Dynamics robot is so much more advanced. They've been doing this for 20 years. You know, what's so special about what Tesla's bringing to the table? They're not doing anything new. Well, yeah, that's exactly right. Boston Dynamics has been building robots for 20 years. And where are they? While the Boston Dynamics robot is impressive, it is not possible to make it on a mass scale for various reasons. So while it may seem more advanced than the Tesla bot, well, that's the whole point. The Tesla bot is meant to be more simple and easy to produce. There are a few key differences. One of which being the Tesla bot is lighter. While the Boston Dynamics robot is super heavy, it would be impossible to realistically produce it on a mass scale. So while the Boston Dynamics robots are able to dance, do backflips, all this crazy stuff, where are they? Why in the videos do they only show one or two robots? Why haven't they made millions? It's simple. They cannot. The Boston Dynamics robots basically are able to put on a quick 10-minute show and that's it. The Tesla bot, on the other hand, is meant to be simple. It doesn't need to move fast. All it really needs to be able to do is walk around slowly, pick things up, be able to run for 12 hours, work a 12-hour shift without needing to charge, and perhaps the most important difference you'll notice between the Tesla bot and the Boston Dynamics robot is that, well, the Tesla bot has hands. The Boston robot does not have hands. Okay? It's got two stumps at the end of its arms. It can't really do anything useful without hands. You can't put it to work in a factory designed for humans with 10 fingers. Tesla, in less than a year, went from a dude in a spandex suit dancing on the stage to a working prototype with hands. Look at it here, able to water flowers, do some things already. It's just incredible for such a short period of time. And you think about the act of grabbing, a watering can to water some plants. That's hard to do. It's hard to get a hand to work that well. I don't know that any other company has done that yet. Tesla's done it in 6 months. They went from nothing to this prototype. Okay, so we also got some updates on full self-driving, Tesla's supercomputer DOJO, which is one of the most advanced supercomputers in the world, and they use it to train the full self-driving for the cars. FSD continues to improve, and at this point, it's a march of nines. How close to 100% autonomy can they get it? Getting to 90% was easy, but it's going to be that last 10% or even 1% or even 0.1% of scenarios that are going to be the most difficult to solve in order to create something that's truly fully autonomous. So this is why it's taking so much longer than expected. And you think about it, it makes sense, right? It's going to be very hard. General autonomy is easy. It's just those rare instances that you need to solve for. And the only way to do that is to keep collecting data and get every possible scenario. And as we see with every update, Tesla's constantly rolling out these updates to FSD. It's improving. It's constantly improving. It's getting there. It's just going to take time. They could fully solve it in a year. It might take 5 years. There's no way to really know. But the key to me is that it's constantly improving. Now, if Tesla wanted to cheat and just go for what others have done, having something that's autonomous, but it really is just geofenced into a certain area and only able to run as if it were on a track, they could already do that. But they're going for the grand prize. True full autonomy, which requires real-world artificial intelligence. This is something that has never been done before and no one else is working on. The whole point is Tesla is solving for real-world artificial intelligence, meaning the cars will function on their own. And then they can transfer this technology to the robot, functioning fully autonomously with no input from a human being. So cars can drive on their own. This technology can be transferred to a robot that can then walk around on its own. The implications of the Tesla bot are limitless. It may actually be their most important product just because of the paradigm shift it will create. Imagine for a second a world where all simple tasks, and perhaps even increasingly complex ones, can be carried out by a humanoid robot. This is where we are headed. This will fundamentally change how economies work, how the world works. So for those saying, Honda had a robot in the 1990s, this is a little different. Honda's robot was basically a big toy. I've had little robot toys that could walk around too for a couple minutes. The Tesla bot is different because it's going to be able to do tasks that a human does. I think we're going to see the Tesla bot operating in Tesla's own factories and doing very useful jobs by the end of 2023, just next year. At the very least, this will make Tesla, already the most efficient car manufacturer with very high margins, even more efficient because it can replace human jobs. It can work for longer periods of time. It is basically free labor. The pace of innovation with this company is insane. If we really want to think long term, the only thing that matters is the pace of innovation. How fast can a company innovate, create useful new things? Tesla clearly seems to be in the lead when it comes to this. Many other companies focus on software, but Tesla is really bringing the software to the physical world. They're creating products that are complex to manufacture on a mass scale. As we see with the cars, they have very high profit margins, very high levels of efficiency, and a high level of advanced software integration. This is something that legacy automotive companies that have been around for over a century could never do. They could never get to high margins. Tesla did it in less than 2 decades. Just imagine what they'll do in 2 more decades. So while other companies just now are trying to build their own EVs, they're struggling at it to get to that mass scale, Tesla has leapfrogged the world yet again and is on to an entirely new frontier. And most importantly to remember is this: AI Day is simply meant to be a recruitment event, nothing more. So the real benefit is that as we saw the amazing Tesla team on stage, behind the scenes, made up of world-class engineers, we know Tesla and SpaceX are the top 2 destinations for talent. Where do all the engineers want to work? You can look it up. Number 1 choice, Tesla. Number 2, SpaceX. It may flip-flop back and forth, but it's always Tesla and SpaceX at the top. But just like the last AI Day event, Tesla will receive thousands of job applications from the best of the best. The company just keeps leveling up. And it already has the most talented people working there. If you watched AI Day, you clearly saw that. Look at how fast they've gone to this point with the Tesla bot. 6-8 months from nothing to this. If Tesla was a basketball team, they are the 1992 Dream Team. They are Team USA, but they are bringing in the next era of Michael Jordans before Michael Jordan even retires. AI Day was a recruitment event. So what will happen over the next 1 year, over the next 5 years, over the next 10 years, when Tesla bolsters their already stacked roster with even more of the best talent? Just think about that. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought of AI Day below. This is Vinny from the Investment Club, and I'll see you next time.